Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. I'm calling to order the Connecticut State Advisory Council for Special Education Executive Committee meeting on Wednesday, November 6th, 2024 at 9:02 a.m. I'm Susan Yankee. I'm the council chair. I'm also a parent member. Is there anyone for public comment? Who would be handling that? Would that be Holly or Christine to tell us if there's anyone on? Okay, that's a note. All right, I'm just writing these notes down. Great. Okay, so we don't know if we have anyone for public comment, but if you are waiting and we haven't let you in, you can always email. It's on our website, the Connecticut State Advisory Council for Special Education. On the Connecticut website, you can send an email of what you would like to talk about. Okay, great. Consent agenda. The October 2nd, 2024 Executive Committee meeting minutes. Are there any corrections? I have some. Does anyone else?
I just wasn't noted as being present.
Right. And Lori Fortuna was also there as a guest. Okay. And are you guys take that note,
and
right?
I was not there.
Yeah, Jennifer was not there. She's listed as both absent and present.
Huh.
And then when Jeff is talking, it says Bridges executive. Can we change that to legislative committee? It says he's encouraging them to participate, to be a part of the committee, but it's the legislative committee he's encouraging.
Correct.
Anyone else have anything else?
No.
Oh, this is awesome. Great.
I think Jeff's not on it for attendance, right? I thought he and Archie were both missing for being present.
Jeff
No.
too?
Yeah,
Is
I didn't
Jeff
see him
missing?
on the attendance.
Okay, so it's Jeff, Nachi, and then Lori as a guest. Okay, no Jen. Okay, great. Would someone like to make a motion for approval of the minutes?
I make a motion to approve as amended.
Thank you. Who would like to make a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Catherine. Abstentions from those who didn't attend. I'm looking at the corner because that's where you are, Jennifer. Okay, Jennifer would abstain. And then all in favor? To approve the minutes with corrections? Wonderful. Okay, the October 2nd, 2024 Executive Committee meeting minutes with corrections has been approved. Great, committee matters. Next, we are supposed to talk about the full council meeting agenda planning. And Christine and Holly, this is where CSDE kicks in and tells us like what we're going to do.
So
Like
they
what
haven't given us, they haven't given us any narrative or what to talk about. So I don't have anything from them. I think all we had, Holly, am I correct, through our email, is the agenda and the meeting minutes, the draft minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
I was under the impression that someone from CSDE would be here
Would be
to
here.
facilitate that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Jolie did send me something about what they wanted to talk about, but I have like 3,000 emails from her, so I can go through and we can put that in. And do you have like past ones that you can work off of, or a template, or
For
the agenda? Mhm.
Yeah, no, we don't have any of that. Yeah.
Okay, so you need a template. Okay, past agendas. Yeah. Okay. Because I'm assuming these will now have your logo or something on it because they all say CSDE. So that's something we should.
We have to talk about that, but probably not, because this is the state of Connecticut, the advisory council. So, so I don't know that. We'll have to clarify that through Jolie and Brian.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So I'm looking for my brain. Okay. So the agenda, we will just have, it's a really short meeting. Could you make sure include purpose and function? It's forgotten, purpose and function in the agenda. The last thing that usually happens is CSDE will present. And usually the one thing that's missing though is how long they need to present. That's our other information. Because if it's not very long, then, my windows are gonna restart. If it's not very long, then we can throw in roundtable.
Yeah, and that's fine. We just haven't gotten any communication from them. So, yeah.
All right.
I think we weren't
Okay.
sure if Foley would be here or not today.
Okay, so Catherine, membership, what do you need on the agenda?
Okay, so provided that we recommend 2 candidates for 2 of the vacancies, we're going to need to vote on 2 potential staff members.
Okay. Okay. And that's so membership and then needs to be on with voting and then legislative. Jeff, what do you need on you need legislative? So to just be a legislative update from you?
For the meeting in the 20th?
Yeah, aren't you going to ask people, say, do you want to be, let us know?
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I wanted to wait until after the election, so what I'll do is on the 20th, our meeting, I'll just, I'll put together a little note about what the legislative committee does, and I'll send it to the staff, and then they can distribute it to everybody on our mailing list. And then just follow up orally at the meeting and say, does anybody want to join and answer any questions? And then we'll move on from there.
Okay. All right, great. So that can go out when we send the notice for the
Okay.
meeting. So that would be wonderful if you could get that together. So I always like to have a little round table if we can. So if this would be easier for you if you had like the outline of how the meeting, and then I will do my executive update on where we are with the annual report, what's going on, and the task force. Special ed task force. I think that's about it. Oh, and also we'll be on, just my executive update. I'll also talk about the legislative breakfast. I think it's actually the legislative snack fest because it's at 11. Can anyone think of anything else we need to do? Because it's a really short meeting on that. Nobody?
Susan, did
Yeah.
you see the flyer that I sent the SAC for the Special Education Summit at the Legislative Office Building next
Mhm.
week? So that will be prior to our meeting. So maybe that's something that Brian would want to share out with the group. I don't really know what it's going to look like and what outcomes there are, but we might have some type of update on that at the agenda.
Would that be something you could do? Because I am actually not in town that day, because that's also the same day as the deaf hard of hearing and deaf blind transition meeting.
Yeah, if I am able to go, I can report on it. But like, I know that you were wondering if Ryan had something to report on. I would think that he would at least have that he'd want
I
to
think
talk to the
he
group
has
about.
somebody. I think he has somebody coming. If my brain is recalling it correctly, I think someone's coming to report on something. So, okay, Special Education Summit. Ask Brian because he's hosting it. Okay, report out. Okay, all right, I got that note. Okay, 9/11. Okay, in-person meeting locations. We can't do anything without someone from CSDE, unless you guys are working on that.
We're working with Jolie on that one. In fact, we will. So this is outside of the legislative breakfast because I know that's in January.
Yeah.
Am I correct on that? And then we have February as the other date. Am I correct?
So yes, and so Jolie was hoping the February would be at the LOB.
Yeah.
We
So
could
one
still-
thing, yeah, and we'll touch base on her that because I know she was, I believe, working with Representative Comey on that one. So we will touch base with her. The other dates we can work on starting to secure a location. We just have to know what area you're looking to do and possible locations in there to secure space.
There's only one more other than the LOB day, correct? There's only
I
one
believe-
more in person.
I believe so. Yes.
And let me look at my paperwork. No, it's not on this one. Usually when the agenda prints out, the schedule prints out on the end of it. It's not on it. At the end of each agenda, there are schedules on it. For some reason, I don't have it on it this time. Okay, so do you have the dates in front of you? Because I do not. I can look. We have February 26th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is our full council meeting in person. We're hoping to do that at the LOB and possibly the breakfast before that if we had a snow date for the January. And then the next one I have, I'm sorry, I'm going through all my stuff. March 26th. In person is April 23rd, 10 to 2.
And am I right? We moved, so February, instead we're going to do the legislative breakfast. So February is going to be the full council meeting online, or are we securing a separate space for February?
I don't understand. Sorry. I don't understand what you're asking.
Okay, so we're in person in January at the LOB for the breakfast.
Right, but our meeting is not in person. That is just a separate breakfast.
Okay, so we need another space then for February, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, January, we do not have an in-person SAC meeting. It's a virtual meeting on January 15th. I should do this now for everybody. So on the January 15th is our SAC full council meeting virtual via Zoom. The 22nd is a legislative breakfast from 11 a.m. to noon. Representative Comey thought that would work better than the morning. So we're doing it, I think we should call it Legislative Snack Fest personally. So they know they're going to get a snack, right? And then the next meeting is February 26th in person. And I'm hoping that would be LOB secured. And that's going to be difficult because we're in session, but I think if we start now, it might not be. And if we have a snow date at the January 22nd date, then we're going to try to make it that day if we're already there at the LOB, like we did last time where you come a little earlier. Next, SAC full council meeting, March 26th is a Zoom for an hour and a half, 9 to 10:30. Correct?
February 26th, did you say?
February 26th, isn't that our full council meeting in person, 10 to
Yeah,
2?
in person. Yeah, it's in
Yep.
That's
person.
the calendar I have. Okay. Then the next one is March 26th, 9 to 10:30 a.m. Zoom.
Yep.
And then the next April 23rd is in person, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Does anyone have any suggestions of where they would like it? I was wondering, I know we'd met Southington one time and that was offered to us again. I'm fine with meeting at where we met last time at,
Yeah, I think Crack is central and
Yeah.
it has ample parking for people. So, and I think like technology wise, they're set up to accommodate us as well.
Right.
yeah, so that would be, okay, then that's, everyone okay with that? So we'll look at, can you guys look at securing Crack and.
But we
their-
don't, we have to see if they're even available.
Right, they're even available. Okay. Okay, great. And then we have a TBD, 9 to 10:30 a.m., May 21st. Okay.
Yep.
We don't need to discuss next on the agenda unless you guys have more questions, any questions. Annual reports on the agenda. So we don't need to discuss anything because we're still working, right? Work in progress. That's our discussion. You guys think?
Yes.
Yes.
We on the annual report are a work in progress. CERC support. So we need CSDE to be here to help us tell us the transition and clarify. So I guess we can't handle that agenda item. Okay. Executive committee meetings. So I went back and in our last meeting of the executive committee on October 2nd, it says that Susan suggests working offline with Jolie and the members agree. So obviously Jolie and I did not work offline. So I was like, whoops, that was in the minutes. So I think still, because we do not have, I need Jolie for that because she can look at the calendar for CSDE so that they are in attendance at the executive committee meetings for planning. So that's my, I will make that my thing today to reach out to her reach out so we can send out times that work with them. I could get Brian's calendar, but I feel like we should, do we have an executive committee meeting in this? We do in December, but it's a work group. So the next one we need is not until January. Correct? Do we have one scheduled? I do not see one. Do you want to just look at our schedules for January and tentatively do something? Our full council meeting is January 15th. November, December, let's just look at January and I'll see if it works. So usually on the 8th, which is the day the legislative session begins, of January would be the day that we would do this. Is anybody available our normal 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.?
I'm good.
Yes.
Okay, Wednesday, January 8th, and I just to make
I'm
sure.
not available.
When are you
Sorry,
available?
I'm available like 8 to 9, but then I'm training all day after that.
That's a problem. Okay, is anyone available? And we have a task force meeting on Tuesday. Is anyone available Thursday morning, the 9th?
Yeah.
I'm not sorry,
Jennifer?
but you guys can also meet without me.
Okay,
It's because I'm doing PPTLI and we have 2 cohorts and they're back-to-back days.
okay, so we'll keep the
apologize.
Wednesday. Don't worry about it. We'll
Should we
keep the
look at the
Wednesday.
following week?
The following week is our meeting.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So usually we have to have the agenda up 24 hours in advance.
Yeah.
So by law. If let's
I have
do
confidence that you can do it without me.
all right, you just call me before when you're on your way in and or send an email to us and say, please include this. So Wednesday, but when does the Board of Ed big meetings meet that Brian won't be here? It's like the third
Of the month,
or
I believe, unless they can't.
okay. So let's hold Wednesday, January 8th, 9 to 10 a.m. And then I will reach out to CSDE, Jolie, and talk to her about his schedule. Is that okay with you guys, Christine?
Yes, yeah.
And I'll get
So
back
we
to
have-
all you guys.
No,
just
Yeah,
wanna-
the 8th, the
the
15th, and the 22nd, so that'll be good.
Yeah, because the holidays are, I feel them like breathing right here. So next.
Just to clarify, Susan, that's for the executive committee on January 8th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And yeah, and I'm sure annual report will be on it because we will have to send it out before the 15th. Great. Okay. Schedule plannings. Maybe we did this. I also need CSDE to talk about this, but I would love to let the full executive committee know. I've been asking around. When was the last time we had a full slate of membership of legislators? And Catherine can't remember. And I reached out to CSDE, and as long as they have been involved, Jolie and Brian, they think they've only had one.
That sounds right.
In all the years that I've been here, if we've even had one, that is remarkable.
Okay. And how many years has this been in existence? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
Do we know, was Representative Comey up for re-election, and if so, was she re-elected?
I know she was up for election, but I don't know.
Because she's been amazing.
I know. Beyond amazing. Okay. I think that's all we can do without the help that we need. So I think we're going to have to find a time to, I don't know whether if it's just me and Jennifer, but to meet with Holly and Christine and someone from CSDE so we can kind of clarify who does what, and because things that you can tell things we can't move forward without actual CSDE things, like what's on the agenda or right. And if we plan the agenda right now, then they would change it. So we have to if that makes any sense. So we just have to make sure that we have them when they're able to be here. I'm sorry that there was a big meeting today. Okay, guys, I'm gonna adjourn because we don't.
Oh,
have any more
no,
Oh, membership.
sorry.
Oh, scrolls. Sorry.
Sorry. I'd actually like to make a motion that
I'm
we
so sorry,
go.
Catherine.
Don't worry about it. It'll take just a few minutes, but I really would like to make a motion that we move into executive session so that we can maintain the privacy of our candidates who we are going to discuss for the two
Excellent.
vacancies we have.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I
Okay.
totally forgot that. Thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to second that motion to go into executive committee. So
Okay.
Matt, would you sign us out?
Okay.
All right,
All, oh,
Catherine, it's all yours.
okay, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. All right, everyone. So thank you. And I would like to make a motion to recommend candidate number 1 for consideration as a member of the State Advisory Council for Special Education, and to have the members vote on her at the next full council meeting.
I'll second it. If you first did.
First, yes. All right, all in favor? Aye, okay. Any opposed? No? Great, all right. So then I would like to make a motion to recommend candidate number 2 to fill Jen's recent vacancy on the SAC. And this recommendation again is for the fall council membership to vote at the next full council meeting.
I second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, great. Okay, wonderful. We've got 2 candidates.
Great hard works, Catherine. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Well, thanks to the committee. I appreciate them. And I just want to add that I need to follow up with Brian because when the committee met in October, we discussed the membership survey, and we had a lot of comments, and there were some questions for Brian. So I will resend that email to Brian and just ask him. I know he's really busy, and and ask him if he can just weigh in on this, because we would like to get moving on any revisions that we are permitted to make. Okay, that's it for me.
Thank you, Catherine. Jeff, do you have anything?
No, as we discussed, I'm going to put together a little note, invitation to people on the SAC to join the legislative committee.
All right, great. And then hopefully we'll have a meeting as soon as we get everyone who wants to be on it. Okay, great. Before I end the meeting, did I forget anything else? No. All right. Would someone please make a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll
make a motion to
adjourn. Or I'll second it. I'll second it.
Great. Jennifer and then Catherine. And then
Yeah.
so it's 9:30 a.m. Oh my gosh, I almost said p.m. 9:30 a.m. Great. I'll see everybody in a minute. Thank you.